Hola. How long has that been live? Am I late to my own show? I'm late. But I really outdid myself in oh, I'm giving you an armpit right now. That's fantastic. Okay. Hi Vladison. Oh wait, did I say that right? Vladilson. Vladilson. Am I butchering it? Forgive me if I am. I'm just gonna get my space set up. I've probably one of the most uncomfortable chairs in this space, but um instead of problem solving and maybe getting rid of this one and trying to purchase another one or whatever, I've just put a bunch of pillows on it and then covered it with a blanket. So now it's a little more comfortable, but just odd. It's pretty odd. But yeah, let me get this space up. No, that's not good. Yeah, let's move that. Okay. I have like some stuff to chat about, but I think I'm gonna wait and do it either at the middle of some music or at the end. Legit got dressed for this. You play a great Ellen song. Yeah, maybe I'll pull up the one that I've done on YouTube because I don't know if I have any of the other ones ready. But by getting dressed up, I mean I put on pants. I've been wearing pants. I've just been wearing a lot of basketball shorts and sweats. And then like the first couple weeks, I was getting dressed legitimately like every day. And then it started becoming getting dressed, but just getting right back into what I was wearing the day before, which was usually the same pair of sweats or basketball shorts with a different shirt because I always thought that that made it whatever I do to like revive curly hair. And I showered ish. Didn't wash my hair, but okay. Greetings. I'm going to be playing you some music while you do whatever you do. And some of you are still working from home, the same jobs you were working before all of this happened, and others of you are having to find new work, different work. But feel free to put me in the background, or you can chat here on the side. I don't know if you're on your phones or your laptops or computers, but feel free to ask questions, make suggestions, or requests. And if I can do them today, I will. If not, I'll try them next time. I also have I'm not going to be playing the songs off the EP, not this time, not till it releases, but I do have some original songs I want to play and 1.5 songs that I've been writing, which is nice and a relief for me. They're not, I don't know if they're done. I don't think they're done. They're not done. But it's a relief because I just didn't feel up to it the last few weeks. I felt up to making music and playing other people's songs. Hi Jorge. But I couldn't find words that I felt were adding anything to the time, and others were, and it felt more important to sing their songs. But I have some songs that are coming out, just in relief. I'm assuming you can because no one said anything up to this point. You can hear me. Is the audio here clear? Those of you in the comments, feel free to be like yes or no, or it's delayed or anything like that. Okay. I wonder if I don't know if I want to start with that one. Let me pull up. Oh, Jorge, yeah, live stream on Monday. So those of you who follow me on Instagram, or if you don't, and this is interesting, um, I did a live stream interview type thing with a handful of students. A chunk of them were graduating seniors, so their senior year of high school was abruptly ended, and then I had a couple of students who were finishing their first or second year of college. Um, this Monday, this upcoming Monday, 420, very interesting day to interview former students. This will be interesting. I'll be talking to a handful of other students. Hi, is it Michaelo? I hope I didn't say that wrong. But I have, I think, three or three of them are graduating seniors. Two are done with high school, done with comments. At Bobo Barina is my Instagram. Can I pin that? Let's pin that for now. Um, that'll be Monday, 4:20 at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the students will just pop on. I have some questions. We'll chat life. And then I bump them off and then we'll talk to another one. Michael, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed that I got that. Thank you for your kind correction. Hi, Luis. How's life? Life is, I mean, it's good. I have so much to not be complaining about, but it's definitely odd. Um, to be completely honest, I don't know why I wouldn't be honest about these things, but I usually don't put this out there on like social media or platforms like this because I don't really know what I'm about to say. I'm just gonna say it. Today was one of those breaking days where, like, to put some perspective, I am okay. I'm well. I have what I need. I know where to go to get what I need. And the things that are difficult are navigable, if that makes sense. However, today was one of those days where I looked at Tyson. I'm like, I am not well in my brain. I think it's not even just the quarantine, but that it magnifies things. So the frustrations, the insecurities, the worries, the disappointments, the challenges internally and externally, myself, my family, my community, all that kind of stuff. It felt like in a moment those all kind of just push through at the same time. Um, but we can talk more about that. I'm feeling a lot better. I did some prep for a bit. Okay, probably more than you were expecting. Okay, so this is both. I don't know if that was the title. I think I put in the title. We're singing and we're chatting. So feel free to chime in, and then I'll do my best to not be too abrupt and bounce back and forth. But I'll probably be pretty abrupt because I like interacting with you all. For the longest time, the shirt that I got from you with your parents on it had Sharpie writing on it with the wrong name, but then wait till I saw it was from the original picture. Yes, Tanner. Oh my gosh, I should should I explain that when people get it directly from me or get it from Teespring? He's talking about one of my merch shirts. I'll actually show you this. It's a shirt with my parents on it, and the image on it is one of their engagement photos, which my grandma calls a premarital photo. Mom, if you're watching this, doesn't that make you feel a little weird? Anyways, that premarital photo, when I moved to Oregon for school, I found a super big printout of that in my grandma's basement. And I've been carrying it with me ever since. So it's been in every classroom that I've taught in. My students would recognize it because I carried it. It was always next to my desk or in the front. Mainly because I thought it was funny, but not funny like mocking them. It's actually really beautiful to me, but I liked watching adults usually walk in and get confused by it. But that picture I printed on my shirts, and when I first met Tyson, I asked my parents to sign it so it looked like an album cover, and I wanted him to think that they were famous musicians faking you out. But can you see it? This is the picture. I carry it everywhere with me. Hi, Paul. So this is my dad. Let's see if you guys can see me in this. Wow, my hair is very mullety right now. Oh no, oh no. Okay, we'll get to the hair later. This is Kaleo. I really hope that they watch this. I should text them and tell them to get online. This is my mom, Shelly. They are wearing my grandparents' clothes because when they were dating or they just got engaged, they went for a long road trip and ended up closer to my mom's parents' house. So they stopped, and my grandma was like, "Perfect timing. Tomorrow we'll take premarital photos instead of engagement photos." And then they signed it. I can't read backwards. To tie a groovy guy. And it's kind of dusty. But really, why is it just so dusty? Keep on keeping on. That's so funny. I wish that someone would have documented you trying to erase it. But now that I don't teach in a classroom, that's there. Fantastic. You're like, I hate your music and you make me feel sick when I'm around you. So thank you. Mom's face, dad's hair. Yeah. Well, if you guys have time after this, stay here if you can. If you go through my YouTube channel, you'll find a handful of videos, more than a handful, with my family. Some mostly music ones, but then there's one, the guava jelly one, where I'm with my parents and we're tracking through all the houses we lived in or places we rented growing up. And the older I get, the more I can kind of see the pieces. This is like anyone, the pieces of your parents, both physical and your characteristics, you're the best and maybe the most difficult. But I'd say parts of my smile remind me of my mom, but my face shape is definitely more my dad. Paul, I sent you 18 songs on Facebook. Is what I know. I know. I look at them daily. Your suggestions. Family worship is awesome. No, those times with my family are very precious. Um, yeah. Anyways, that's Kaleo and Shelly. In my hand, just holding them right there. Okay. It's like I'm stalling or something. I said I was gonna play music, but let's see. What is the one Gregory Alan Isakov song that I covered on YouTube? You know this. If I go, I'm going. If I go, lyrics, I'm going. Chords or just lyrics? Okay. Ooh, I really hope I don't botch this. So who suggested this one so that I can Minimal Tribe. Okay, I'm gonna try this song, but I'm gonna stop and have to scroll the lyrics. I hope that's okay. Well, it's gonna have to be okay. I think I might be playing a different key than he does. Also, when I'm staring at the computer, I'm looking at the lyrics right now to the cover that was suggested. I'm not just like this makes me feel crazy. I have done that before, so I guess if you thought that, it's not really far fetched. Let's try this. Okay, I'm gonna scroll it. Oh, I wish I wasn't doing this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. This house, she's holding secrets. I got my change behind the bed. In a coffee can, I throw my nickels in, just in case I have to leave. I will go if you ask me to, and I will stay if you dare. And if I go, I'm going shameless. I'll let my hunger take me there. Gonna screw. This house, she's quite the talker. She creaks and moans. She keeps me up. And the photographs know how this house, she's quite the keeper. Quite the keeper. And I will go if you ask me to. And I will stay if you dare. And if I go, I'm going crazy. I'll let my darling take me. And I will go if you ask me to. And I will stay if you dare. And if I go, I'm going crazy. I'll let my darling take me there. I may have played that like a full step live. Hi everyone. You know what's fun is to say that when I first start live streams and there's no one here to say, "Hey everyone, how's it going?" Because you know that later when people watch it back, they're gonna be like, "No one was there. No one was there, and she was pretending." Call your girlfriend. Oh my gosh, that's a throwback. Paul, how about tomorrow? How about tomorrow? What, Paul? Oh, to respond to one of the covers, or do you have a request that you're gonna send me tomorrow? Amsterdam, yes. I want to hear them all tomorrow. Corey Taylor snuff. Man, some of these I don't know. Oh, my neck. That kind of hurt. Actually, these comments will be here. Sweet, I can go back. I was gonna write it down. But if I don't know them well enough to just look at the lyrics and know it, then I'll come back to it. Hi, Lucy. Thank you, Tanner, for. I don't think you requested that, but thank you. Sporting new look since I last saw you. Looks good. Come inside to check in. Hi, Carl. When's the last time? I've had these bangs since 2018, 7, 2017? Not 2007. Wow. Also, depending on the day of the week, you could catch me in a different look. I've been told that. Like I had a meeting once. I had a meeting once with the principal of the school I worked at, and when I walked in, this was nothing about what I was being called to the office for, but he was like, "Isabel, I never know what to expect what you're wearing. Like some days you wear all black, and then other days you were wearing very like floral mismatched print. And some days I'm wearing basketball shorts and a big hoodie and my PF flyers, and then the next day, not. So you might have just caught me on a different day, is what I'm trying to say. Um, let's see. Uh, Hi, Batak Flower. What was your name? Call your girlfriend. I'll try call your girlfriend just because I think it'll be really funny how much I'm gonna butcher this. Oh, Paul. That song, I think the one you're talking about is a mashup I did of a song I wrote and the Annie song Tomorrow. Are you talking about the one that's like tomorrow, tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. You're only a day away. Tyler, 20,000. There are only 20 people watching. People are tricks. Or they have better things to do. I feel like as long as you put up any sort of content on YouTube or the internet, you have to be ready for people to not show up. Okay, you should just be. I'm speaking to myself, or that's got me through. I showed up. Oh, what this is? Okay, sorry. What you just said reminded me of. Maybe it's in my like search, but an article that was written. I hate that I was gonna say it's written about me. I hate that, but it was written about like the EP that's coming out. The tagline reminds me of what I was about to say right there. Oh, Isabeau Waia'u Walker sang for herself until everyone else showed up. Which is actually really, it's true and it's honest. And I think maybe not everyone has to start there or abide by that. But for me, it was like I'm gonna have to just keep playing until people literally show up to the live stream or show up for me in bigger, not bigger, but in other ways. But until then, I just gotta show up for myself because no one's gonna do that for me. But yeah, that's cool. Maybe you should invite some people. Um, Holocene. Oh, I just played that on the Instagram live stream on Thursday, and I'm pretty sure I butchered it. I was gonna jokingly say crushed it, but it did not. Um, yeah, I haven't played a Joseph song in a long time. Oh, maybe an older one. Oh, no, I'm nervous. Joseph. Hmm. The band Joseph. This could be weird. Also, because I'm not gonna play it in the key they sing it in. Oof. All your demons in the way. Okay, this. I'm just gonna jump in. Just gonna jump in. See you getting sad. See you running through your blood. Let it, let it, let it. See you getting sad. See you running through your blood. Let it run like water out of mud. You think you're crazy. Ooh, it's always a bad idea to jump in a song like this. Yell the sadness aloud. Throw it up against the wall. See what stays, then go and put it on. It keeps you wild. I will love you anyway, with all your demons in the way. Nothing can keep us apart. I walk through walls into your heart. Maybe I should stop there. I'll never know your troubles. I only know what's mine. Can't pretend to feel what I cannot. That'd be crazy. In the way, nothing can keep us apart. I walk through walls into your heart. I don't mind. I'm not gonna sing that part. Nah, I'm gonna stop there. Eyes to the sky. Sorry, I'm gonna read some of these comments to make sure I'm not completely butchering this. Um, Paul affirms that should be doing some Joseph stuff. Um, some of those subscribers on my YouTube that just don't show up for anything, but did subscribe. Thank you. Um, the day after the Better Metric video is released, and I'm gonna go over the little calendar in a bit with any of you who want to hear about it. But the day after the Better Metric release, every day following that, I'll be releasing a cover of one of the songs on the EP done by a friend. And the first song on the EP is called Woman. And Natalie from the band Joseph, she's a beautiful human. You all should know that, but you know that she's very talented. And I absolutely love what she's done with this song. I think it's a good sign of growth and healing. I'm totally like bolstering myself here, but that you can hear someone perform your song and not just be honored by it and stoked that they are valuing it enough to do it justice, but to genuinely think, wow, this is really, really good, and not be threatened by it, but just celebrate and be like, this is, I love that she is able to take her gifts and skills and person and when applied to the song. I don't want to say I like it more because then I feel like that puts weird values, but the closest thing I could say in form or speech would be you might even like it more. And I'm okay with that. It's very beautiful. She did a great job. Anyway, so it's the ones I've announced so far: Woman by Natalie, Him by Her by Luz. Next one, Pull the Story is Anna Gilbert and Alison Segura. And then the one announced today, Better Metric, the title track, is being covered by Dorota and her boo. I guess I just want to say that, but that felt weird. Dorota and her partner Stealth. And then there are two more that I'll announce tomorrow, the next day. But yeah. And again, they're not released until after my EP's released. So someone asked earlier, like, where are the covers? The covers won't be out until the originals are out. You know, I just want to give mine a shot before you all absolutely fall in love with them. It's in the middle of the global quarantine with a bunch of thank you, Tyler. Or they just have life stuff like me, a little bit of a breakdown today. Maybe they're breaking down right now, and this couldn't be the last thing they want to do. Paul, guess what? I didn't play Passenger. This was awesome. I haven't done Souvenir. I've done at least one on here by Boy Genius. I think it's one I sang with my students. Someone want to open another tab and go check? But I'll have to go back and do Souvenir. Valentine Films. Is that emoji someone dabbing me? Hi, Nick. To-do list. Not that I have on my list. I have kind of a running list, but I don't stick to it all the time. Like I'll have a notebook when I hear a song, when someone suggests it, or like I'll be watching a movie and I'll hear something in the background and I'll write it down. Half of the time, maybe 50% of the time, I'll like check it out, but not a million years, Paul. That's an overstatement. I have with my family. There's a lot of thank you, Michael. Michael Rose. Is it Rose? That's very generous of you. Thank you. Paul, we can chat about this in the Facebook messages that you've been sending, but there were I'm not gonna get too much into this because I wanted to play some more songs and chat about the EP, but there were a number of fellowships that were putting out songs that when I was working through and as I was working through some of my thoughts and feelings and deconstruction, I didn't announce it because my goal was not to like burn down or destroy others and say like, oh, no one should be listening to this or this is wrong. Like I was in the process of something and it didn't feel like it would add value to the conversation for me just to bash on anyone, but had some personal convictions about not singing certain certain songs and was still exploring it in a way where I didn't feel like it'd be fair to regulate other people singing them. But because this is my platform, I decided that I could I could discern and make a call about uh, fellowships or churches that were writing songs, beautiful ones, beautiful and lyrically very meaningful and heartfelt, but were attached to um, policies and like we're using other platforms to represent positions and that I just felt were very contrary to it, if that makes sense. So as I was working through it, doing a lot of uh, what's it called? I'm saying a self-review, reflection, and research and deconstruction. I felt like the most honest thing I could do is say, well, I will not be singing their songs until I can figure out if they really mean them and if I can mean them, knowing that it's attached to that, if that makes sense. There's a lot to that. There's like a million years worth of vlogs that I could do about that topic. But we'll do it in bits and pieces over time. Does that make sense? That might make sense. But those songs that I've gotten to do individually and with my family, um, I can say with absolute confidence. Welcome. Thanks for asking, Paul, though. Rocio, hi. I'm so glad. You're in New York, right? How are you? How's New York? I feel like I see in the news and what I read about it sounds way more challenging than it is here in Oregon. Um, how Here's a question I have for all of you. How is it going in your corner of the world? Like what are you sensing? Do people feel optimistic that things are going to be shifting? Um, are the statistics in your area reflecting that something will change soon, or does it feel pretty dire in your area of the world? Um, while you answer that, I'm gonna try to prep. I have that original that I tried showing some of you on Thursday morning on Instagram on the live stream, and then I was like, oh my gosh, why did I even do that? Because it was very not done. Um, I want to show you it. At least what I have so far. I just spit. Holy moly. I also would like to show you how messy my writing is on here, just so that you know if I stop, it's because I genuinely can't read what was going on. Well, I guess it doesn't look too messy. But sometimes if I start writing faster, I won't really even write the words fully, just like a semblance of it so that I don't forget it. And then an arrow that's like, go here. And yeah. So it's going to be a little rough, but we're going to try it. Denver says they might extend the orders for a few months because of how unprepared the city is for the mass of the people out about. And the city. Wow. Yeah. I think I'm hearing a lot of that for Oregon, Portland area. Thank you, Jasmine. That's very kind of you. Okay. So, because you're part of this live stream, this is a little different. I'm going to read you the lyrics first ish. So you have an idea, because I might butcher it a bit. But yeah, because I typically am lyric forward, it feels like it makes sense that you guys know what I'm singing about. I have no song title for it yet that I love. So I'll read this to you, and then while I try to play it for you, if you have an idea for it, let me know. So it's lay me out on the sand for a quick comparison. I am the shade of rolled over stones, and I have salt in my bones, but there's air and fight and flight in me that doesn't grow here. Where did I begin, and who do I belong to? My spots are mine, they are my mother's arms, my dad's freckled cheek below his eyes, and my grandma's side of the sprawling tree. You fight to breathe, and you pray to fight another day. This is where the arrow went. You fight to breathe, and you pray to fight another day. Wait for the. What is that word as well? Wait. Oh. You fight to breathe and pray to fight another day. I hate how I'm saying this. You fight to breathe and pray to fight another day and wait for the hunger to subside. Where did I begin, and who do I belong to? You'll hear oceans speak in speckled shells, but fog will sit amongst the roots of evergreens in your chilled forests. I speak in sunshine and in gray. All at once, I am all the same in my body, in my dear body. Where did I begin, and who do I belong to? I want to belong to you. Okay, couple things. I don't want to over explain, but this came out of a conversation I think I mentioned briefly in the Instagram feed. Oh yes, people are responding to that question. Cool. Okay. I'm not ignoring this. I'm just going to respond to what I was saying, so I'm not complete spaz, and then I'm going to look at that. Thank you again. Is it Michael? Yeah, Michael, for that tip. That's very generous of you. It's about to expire, and I don't want you to think I can see it. So I was doing a phone interview with a cool dude, like he was solid. So his question was genuine and it was delivered carefully, but he basically took a look at my one sheet. And if you guys don't know what a one sheet is, it's that's okay. I didn't know what it was. Um, but for many artists, or I mean, you don't have to be a musician, but if you have any sort of creative gig, it's your like resume, but instead of it being like the plain resumes that they insist upon you making in school, um, where they're like keep it simple, one page, but just blah blah blah. You use that page in the aesthetic, the colors, the tones, the imagery, the fonts, what you include, like your if you have an upcoming project being released, your bio, your former albums, and all that kind of stuff. And if people have written about you before, you can put like the quotes below, like, hey, Rolling Stone said this. But if you're me, there's no quotes like that. You can't be like, this one chick at that live show was like, you're cool. You were kind to me. I mean, you could put that, but most people would look at that if you sent it out in your promo and be like, wow, she was reaching. Um, but he asked, I get off track so fast. He asked if he basically said that the imagery I had used in my one sheet was much more reminiscent, and I noticed this because this is one of my frustrations when I'm trying to create like my look when it comes to branding. He said it seemed to be disjointed from the sound, and of my writing and um, the community he knows that I come out of, in the Portland music community. And he's like, I'm not so sure about like your like, style in person and things like that, but they just seemed like they weren't the same artist. And at first, I felt a bit insecure about that because I struggle with that, and it was weird to have someone else articulate that they saw that there was kind of the disjointedness to it. And when making the one sheet, it was tough for me because I really don't like the themes and the imagery used. If it's doesn't include something that hints at where I'm from, not just the island, but the people and the family, then it doesn't feel honest, and it doesn't feel like it's me, and it's absent of something because I'm not a Portland singer songwriter. That's it. Like, yeah, I don't fit completely there. But then when there are beaches and birds and stuff like that, people expect a specific sound, and they meet me and they're like, what the hell, what is this? This is not like, you don't sing traditional Hawaiian music. And I'm very, very, very aware of that. um but I am all of those things, and I don't fit purely into one of them. And every time I've tried to fit absolutely into one, I feel like I've severed myself from another part of me. I've betrayed it, or I don't actually feel at home in either portion, if you know what I mean. So it was good. The interview went well. I tried to explain myself, and then afterwards, I spent hours. I was doing other work, and I was just mulling in my head like I didn't communicate this well, and I sounded like I was trying to justify certain things that I think I was just caught off guard, and I really want more time to think about it and be honest. And I wrote him back and basically said like, you don't have to include this in the interview, but I would like another chance at under understanding myself and communicating it to you if you want to understand me. And that's where I think I actually got it. Um, but yeah, this is where the song came from. So before I play it, let's look at these comments because you guys were answering these questions. Flower, Denver, Central, Illinois is doing good. We've had shelter in place since last month, so barely still at the house. Except I get you. I'm just going on walks to stay healthy. The world is changing with better peace. Yes. Thank you, Michael. Well, I'm actually trying to start making worship orders on my channel, but keep doing instruction other things. I encourage you. I mean, I don't know. I feel like everyone has to do the work to figure out what they can do during these times. So the schedule that is ambitious but reasonable for me is not going to be the same for you. It might be too demanding with all the things that you're doing, or it might be not enough. You're like, well, under my terms, I could do a lot more and it be ambitious but not a strain. So if those distractions are things that you feel like you can minimize, then minimize it and start sharing. Don't wait for it to be perfect, for sure. Um, but I'm glad that you show up on a regular basis for me, so thank you. Oh God, I started thinking of starting to bike. I just mentioned a time like I want to bike, but our neighborhood, I've been told, is not the best for biking. Um, Good. Go do it, Tyler. Go for it. Rocio, I am in New York. It's a complete ghost down here. Definitely pretty scary. For the most part, people are trying and doing their part, which says a lot. Yeah, that is beautiful. It is a odd thing that it comes out in us, just not just, but usually during times like these. But that's pretty beautiful. Working from home is skewed my perception of what's going on. Anytime you go out and see people with masks, it can be disappointing. Yes. Thank you, Jazz. Michael, Jacob Miller's out of the voice. I know. Is a bummer, but a bummer, but is not what I meant to say. It is a bummer, but if if people don't know, so Jacob Miller's a friend of mine, and he's been on The Voice, and he's done an excellent job. And I actually think, and this is totally my perspective and from my personality type, that him getting as far as he did and being done now, I think that's so ideal that he gets the experience, the challenge, the training, the exposure, but then he gets to retreat back to his world and do music again on his terms. So, my perspective, I'm bummed because I don't want him to be disappointed because he's so talented and he's just really good. Um, but I don't, he's not going to go away. He's going to keep making his music. Honing in on home, it's a unique process. Another reason why I enjoy music. Thank you, Jazz. Yeah, I was really, when he asked the question, it was like I told him like that question means a lot to me, and I'm realizing that I didn't have like a thought out response yet because it's still a really tender spot because I knew it as soon as he said it, I knew I'm like it that the visual representation wasn't perfect. But I've played with it so much trying to find something perfect and I'm like I don't think I can find or I haven't found a perfect representation of me yet. And not because I think I'm so unique, I just can't find it. And sometimes I get frustrated myself and maybe it's just I don't know have enough words to clearly articulate it to someone else. But yeah, it felt good to be able to at least say that. Rocio, at the beginning was horrible. I still worked at school until the week after the state of emergency. Government take precautions to oof. The hospitals here are all over five. Here all over five levels are sad, but it's gotten better. Good. Oh no. I'm sorry, Rocio. That is real. Like when your people are actually being physically impacted and that completely changes everything. Um, okay. I'm sorry for those who came here for music and you're getting me talking reading, but it is what it is. So here's that song. Like I mentioned, it's very new. And that's the last disclaimer I will share, just so we can get to it. Mm. Rolled over stones, and I have sold my bones, but there is air and flight and fight in me that doesn't grow here. Where did I begin? Who do I belong to? Where did I begin? Who do I belong to? I wanna belong to you. My spots are mine on my mother's arms, dad's freckled cheek below his eyes, and grab a side of the sprawling tree. You fight to breathe and pray to fight another day. Wait for the hunger to subside. And where did I begin? Who do I belong to? And where did I begin? Who do I belong to? I wanna belong to you. You'll hear oceans speak in speckled shells, but the fog will sit amongst the roots of evergreens in your chilled forest. I speak in sunshine and in gray all at once. It's all the same in my body, in my dear body. And where did I begin? Who do I belong to? And where did I begin? Who do I belong to? I wanna belong to you. I speak in sunshine and in gray all at once. It's all the same in my body, in my dear body, in my dear body. And where did I begin? And who do I belong to? And where did I begin? Who do I belong to? I wanna belong to you. Almost done. It still feels like it needs a little, I don't know, this tender love and care. I think that's what that's supposed to be. Um, Sean, I think the tough thing is how you articulate emotions and feelings. Sound station of this, but so is the visual. Sean, that really should be, yeah. One sheet call, one sheet, yeah. Or I just could call it one sheet. One sheet. Someone's gonna be like, one. It sounds like I'm just cussing with an accent. Um, yeah. But I welcome it. Like the way he asked the questions, just in case anyone, like I've definitely been asked or that question, or people have thrown comments at me where I haven't felt like it's been done with care or with any desire to actually understand me. Like I hiccuped in between there. Um, but this gentleman, the way he asked it, it felt very genuine and caring, and then made time. Um, yeah, made time for it, me to explain it, and I didn't have like an arrived answer right away, because I think that's part of the struggle is I'm personally in process while trying to articulate a process to someone else, not sure if it's as important to them as it is to me, but it feels very important to me. So you're asking someone to take a bet on you, I guess, and listen a little longer and be like, I promise I'm going to get to something, and this something is going to help me like break open something in my person, in my mind. um Sea salt comes to mind. You know what it made me think of? Thank you, Michael. This is not like the title, but I'm curious if anyone knows this. And you don't have to be from Hawaii to do this, to know this, but I think if you have connections there, it'll be easier. So that last that last verse so far that I have says you'll hear ocean speak in speckled shells. You know the shells that they have you hold up to your ear? They use them for like different hula and they'll go poo hinu hinu, poo hinu hinu. This is a horrible rendition of what I was trying to explain. But the shells, if you listen to them, it sounds like with like the air moving through them, it sounds like you can hear the ocean. And when I was younger, I don't know who the first person was, but someone told me it's like, no, that's the ocean. So anytime I would hold it up, you're just enthralled because you're like, I cannot believe that the shell captured the sound of the ocean. How magical. I can say it still is really magical. But I don't know where it's at, but there's this old family video, home video, where my older sister is doing one of her hula performances, and the girl next to her, as they were doing, like they're on their knees and they're doing like the dance, and then they pick up the shells and do like na, na. But the girl got fixated on the sound, and instead of dancing with all the other girls, she just sat there, and it was so, as a kid, just funny. But now I'm like, how pure that she was so captured by it that she was like, screw the choreography, I'm just gonna enjoy this. So, anyways, that's that. I actually have, I'm gonna call it a third of a new song I'm gonna try. But now I'm nervous that it's gonna sound exactly like what I just played to you. But whatever. We're all YouTube family-ish. Um this one's a lot more rough. If you thought that last one seemed rough and I was covering with disclaimers, wait till you hear this one. Um Hi from Oregon. Coondog 209. um really quickly, I guess, because I am getting close to an hour, and unlike Instagram, this won't boot me off. But I know that people have lives that they're trying to tend to and hold together, especially during these weird times. So if you have to leave, obviously, no, I'm just really glad that you're here. Um, Next week, because I was trying to do these on Sundays, but next week Sunday is the release day for the EP, and at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a live stream on Facebook for like an online street fair. They took a street fair and moved it online, obviously. And it's not the, I'm not from the area, but a friend of mine who's a musician in that area, she booked me on one of their Facebook pages. So I'll be doing that at 6. And then I think I'm going to hop on here. Um, Thank you, Michael. I think I'm going to hop on here right after that. So it'll be a Facebook live stream. And then next Sunday, I'll hop in here and it'll be a mix of music, but also just chatting with you guys to see what you think. Oof, this, I might not do this as I'm saying it. Because if you hate it, I don't know if I want to do a live stream. But maybe I will, and I'll just be brave and ready to celebrate it and ward off the haters. We'll see. But that's the plan right now. Live stream on Facebook, 6 p.m. So if you go to my music page, I'll be streaming from there. And then like 7, let's say 7:30 next Sunday, because it'll give me time to go like, get some water and stuff, and then come back and we'll do a mix of, we'll just hang out and see what you guys think, and then we can talk about the release show and who's performing. Jacob will be performing at my online release show along with Ryan Oxford. He's the very talented dude who recorded my EP, but he's also a musician himself. Yeah. You're late. I'm late. You have to start over. You're late. You start over. Thank you, Rocio. It's been a long time coming. But thank you for being excited. Right now, it just kind of feels like I've done all that I can to prepare for it. And now you just kind of are hoping that it goes. Well, it's gonna go, but it goes well. You know, that's still up in the air. Yeah. Let me share what I was gonna share about that. I'm so full of stories. I wanted to share the calendar before I play another song. So let me take out my phone and I can walk you through it if you're interested. I'm interested. I'm going to share it for my sake. Today is April What is today? April 18th. Holy cow. Okay. So on so next week Saturday, so a week from today, the Better Metric music video will go live on Hi Leticia. Will go live on Patreon for all the patrons. So no matter what tier of patron you are, next week Saturday you will have the Better Metric music video. That's the 25th. The 26th, the EP is released. It drops. It stumbles. It somersaults into the world. So it'll be on Spotify and Apple Music and iTunes and Bandcamp and SoundCloud and CD Baby and TikTok. I'm just kidding. Well, they said they're putting on there, but don't really have TikToky tunes, but it'll be there. If you don't stream music, you can find it on YouTube. It'll be up here on YouTube and on SoundCloud. And then Bandcamp, if people want to pay for it, each track I'm making like 50 cents because I can't really figure out how to do the free thing without them. Uh, yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out because they have fees that I'll get charged. Anyways, it's really cheap and it's kind of like a pay what you can beyond that. So if 50 cents per track is what you can do, I would rather you have the music for $3 than not. So if you don't stream music, you can find it there, or you can just listen to it on YouTube or SoundCloud. Or if you want to hear it now, you can go to Patreon and become a patron. But wow, that was a shameless pitch. So that's the 26th. Woo! The 29th is when the Better Metric video goes out to everyone here on YouTube. So there's a premiere set right there on YouTube. And if you want a reminder, you can click it. And then every day after that, so the 30th, the Woman cover comes out by Natalie. On the 1st, the Him by Her cover by Luz comes out. And then the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and so on. So that week after, there'll be a cover every day by a friend who's covered one of the songs on the EP. And then on May 9th, 2020, we'll be doing our EP release show on my YouTube channel. So here, it's free. It's available to all of you, which is actually really cool. I'm really bummed that we don't get to do it in person. We had a live show set up in Portland. However, the fact that all of you, whether you're in Florida, Orcas Island, Portland, New York, Brazil, everyone can join if as long as they can stay up or wake up early enough for it, depending on where you're at in the world. But yeah, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It'll be live streaming off of my page, sponsored by the Rec Session. So Jacob, Ryan, and I will be in Salem, Oregon, doing separate sets that will be live streamed here. And it's free. It's all ages. If you would like to tip, you can tip directly during the live stream, like Michael did, or I'll be posting my Venmo and Cash App, and everything we earn, whether it be here on YouTube or Venmo or Cash App, I'm gonna split evenly with the other artists. Yep. And then after that is just letting the songs do what they want and where they want and with who they want. So, yeah, thanks for letting me go through that calendar with you. All of you are like, we'll just wait for you to post. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to try this one real quick, maybe one or two more songs, and then let you guys all just, rest. It's been a lot of storying tonight. I didn't anticipate that. Okay. Oof, this one. First time playing it outside of my room. Let's say it's 30% done, 33.3% done. Who do you think you are, speaking your naked mind so free? You'll probably mean something to say soon, and you really mean, I mean really, in one of those words you can't take back once it runs ahead of your teeth. It's just said, maybe it's done. but nothing is surely gone or sure forever. Not sure. What do you know? Tell me, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening. What do you know? Actually, anything definitively tell me. Who do you think you are? Speaking your naked mind so freely. You probably mean something you say soon and really mean it. I mean really. If one of those words you can't take back once it runs ahead of your teeth, it's just said and maybe it's done. Nothing is surely gone, for sure forever. What do you know? Tell me, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening. What do you know? Actually, anything definitively tell me. That's all I have so far. I was gonna try to loop back and be like, see, it's good. There's more, but no, that's it. That's all that's on the page. So this one, notice that I cross back. I'm curious how you guys write your songs, if and when you write songs. If you stick to your phone, I've written some on my phone, but honestly, for whatever reason, sometimes that's a barrier to for me to get in the flow of anything. Thanks. No. It says, who do you think you are speaking your naked mind so freely? You'll probably mean something you say soon. You'll probably mean something you say soon and really mean it. I mean, really. It'll be one of those words you can't take back once it runs ahead of your teeth. It's just said and maybe it's done, but nothing is surely gone or sure ever. So, what do you know? Tell me. I'm listening. I'm listening. What do you know actually? Anything definitively tell me. Well, that's all from like that song so far. Um okay. I had a couple there's like a couple covers I wanted to play for you guys. I thought this one was a bit, let's see. And Becca. Maybe I'll end with this one. Maybe. Actually, I don't really know that one really well. Definitively has a lot of syllables within it, doesn't it? I actually can't. This is a weird thing. I can't look at the page when I'm singing that part, or I get fixated on pronouncing it correctly, like hitting all the syllables. What do you know actually? Yeah, what is the lyric? What do you know actually? Anything definitively tell me. Yeah, that's a lot. Wait, is that a word? All of a sudden you say it enough, it doesn't feel like a real word. Okay. No, that's not what I thought. Sorry, I'm looking for lyrics to a song. That's it. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I'm gonna close that. So I just searched for lyrics to something and I found something I did not want to find. Um, ugh. There. Make words sound so. That's very nice of you. Um, I also have been told that I mumble. So some words, I guess I don't make sound so good, but I'm glad it's flowing well. That makes me happy. Here, this is the one I want to play. Just because I know it's getting long, I will play this cover and then we can chat if you want. And then I'll wish you all a restful sleep. No. Okay. Just in case any of you take off before I get to say goodbye, which you've come and gone, YouTube is a little bit more steady than Instagram. Thank you for joining me in this. I have either a question for all of you after I'm done with the song. So if you're still here, or you were thinking about staying, stay for the song, and then I have one question about it's like a marketing question. I need to pick your brains. Okay. I feel like I have a mullet. I might have a mullet. I am good, I am grounded. Davy says that I look taller. I can't get my head around it. I keep feeling smaller and smaller. I need my girl. When you lost your shit and drove the car into the garden, you got out and said, I'm sorry to the vines and no one saw it. I need my girl. I need my girl. I know I was a lot of things, but I am good, I am grounded. Davy says that I look taller. I can't get my head around it. I keep feeling smaller and smaller. I need my girl. I need my girl. There's some things that I should never laugh about in front of family. In a week we'll be together. Try to call you when I'm landing. I need my girl. I need my girl. Remember when you said I'm sorry to the vines and no one saw it? I'll try to call you from the party. It's full of punks and cannonballers. I need my girl. I need my girl. I'm under the gun again. I know I was a 45% then. I know I was a lot of things, but I am good, I am grounded. Davy says that I look taller. I can't get my head around it. I I'm under the gun again. I need my girl. I need my girl. That's the national. Just in case you're like, oh, Beau wrote the song. No. No, I did not. Definitely did not. I wish. Um, oh, yeah. Sorry, Jess. I just saw that. Me too. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, your best line of defense. Thanks, good dog. Thanks, Rocio. Okay. So I'm just glad you guys showed up. I know that earlier comment was like, do people I don't really know how people use their YouTube live stream, but this is the one I've been doing the longest. So before the days of quarantine, before Instagram and Snapchat, was YouTube, and it just feels good to be able to at least once a week be here with those who are planted here. Even if you're on the other platforms, there's just something special to me about my YouTube community. So thank you for gathering with me here. Okay, my question. Well, actually, one thing and then a question. I have the online show release show for May 9th, I believe on my like main channel for YouTube, where you ever you went for this. Um, there is a like a premiere set a reminder thing. You can click that and set a reminder so that your device alerts you to when it's about to happen. Try it out. That's the same as like all the EP songs and the music video. There are all these premieres that you can set reminders to, but I would say especially the online show. Um, I would love to have you all there. Your face. That's funny. Depending on the tone you say that with, it could be could mean a lot of different things. No, your face. Okay, so here's my. It's not really a dilemma. The world will go on, but I have a question for all of you, especially those of you who have been following me on these different platforms for a while. You have, or you've met me. Hopefully, you know enough about me to know that I'm not like anti-marketing at all. I do it intentionally. The strategy is important, but I'm very set on doing it in a way that feels good and right for me, and then correcting myself when it doesn't feel like that. So I have a week until the EP drops, and pretty much everything that I can do on my end, I've done. So the making of the EP, all the planning that went into the live stuff that would have been leading up to it has had to be modified and adjusted into an online format. Um, Stuff for YouTube, stuff for the online release. And I'm curious. I had a couple ideas that were bouncing around in my head, and then I said them out loud and thought, those aren't inherently bad ideas, but they just didn't really fit me in a way where I could be excited about it and feel justified in getting other people excited about it. So here's my question, and then the reward. Sounds like a bounty. I have a week until this releases, and I'm wondering if there's anything else that I could do that fits in my time frame, personality, and metrics and values. I feel like I have to disclaimer all this so people aren't like, you could sell your body. um, no one's saying that. I don't know why I said that. Um, is there something I could do that would help move these songs out into the world, into the people that might want them? So yeah, put your creative marketing, think outside the box uh, hats on, and if you come up with something I will put my email right here. Bobo Barina. That's my email. Let's pin that. Can I double pin something? No. I'm gonna replace the pin. So here's my email address. Or if you just you know me or you're connected to me on other platforms, you can DM me on Instagram. You could email me. Um, if you're my neighbor, you could shout at me through the window. But I'm just wondering if I haven't considered all the different ways to effectively move these songs out into the world, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Word of mouth, ask your friends, tell their friends the songs. Yes, exactly. And those are the things that I'm doing, asking people to do. Not really. Yes and no. Yeah. Anyways, I'll just end with that. If you have any brilliant ideas, don't be afraid if you're like, oh, what if I say this and she's already tried it or she's already doing it or she thinks it's stupid. Um, no. Part of it is just getting like 100 ideas on the table to find one that's like this fits. This is me. And maybe there isn't anything else to do. Maybe I've done everything I can do on my end and at this point it just has to like roll itself out in front of people. Um we're going to Washington, South Carolina. Hi, Marcos. So yeah, that was my last like question or prompt of sorts, was just can I pick your brains and your experience, and will you mull over it? Not for too long because you guys have lives and other much more important things. But if something pops into your mind, message me or email me. Pinned my email address, DM me, whatever, and be like, Isabeau, have you tried this? And if I've done it, I'll be like, done it. If it doesn't fit, I won't do it. But if it's like the dun idea that I just haven't considered, I'd like to gift you some things for your time and effort. So I have some of the stuff I have with me that haven't been restricted based off of like production. I have some of my old Kiwanawana shirts. I have some zines, and in the future, when the world opens up again, I'll have the vinyls and the new Better Metric shirts and lyric books. So if your idea is like the thing and I do it, I'll tell you. I won't just claim it as mine. And then through whatever we're emailing or DMing, I'll get your mailing address and I'll send you a thank you gift of like, thanks for breaking your mind open for me. Um, Grassroots. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is I inherently believe that people believing in it and telling other people about it is I'd rather like the long term game of that, like the slow cooker method. And I also realize that there is some tasteful strategy that I have been trying to do and that I could do better just so that it has a shot out in front of people. So, yeah. Yes, it'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, SoundCloud, Bandcamp for super cheap. It'll be here on YouTube also. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Rocio. But yeah, contests and challenges. I'm curious because some of the contests I've created in my mind, it'll be like 10 points and I'll be like, oh, 5 of these make sense. And then the other half, I'm like, oh, this could go wrong in these ways, or this feels contrived and forced and not great in other ways. So if you have an idea, again, don't be like, really don't want you to be afraid of saying it for fear that I'm going to think it's stupid. I just need someone to help me think outside of my brain. Um, hey, Sarah, it's been good to do them with you guys. You know what's funny is my Siri just popped up when I said that. No, not you, Siri. Sarah. Um, I'm just gonna highlight Sarah real quick, but a lot of these names that pop up, I think that's why YouTube will always have a really tender spot in my heart. So whether my live streams are well attended or not, whatever that means more than one maybe. Um, I'll be stoked because a lot of the stepping stones that made it possible for me to start Patreon and to get a lot of live shows and gigs and be doing these things while I was teaching and then transition into more collaborative work and then booking my own shows, a lot of that originated with YouTube and then Instagram. And a lot of these people have been here with me on YouTube for a long time, and then a handful of them have jumped over with me to Patreon. So I just feel, um, even as we've grown and maybe grown in time and space away from each other, as we've gotten older and evolved differently, there's just quite a joy to sing all your own names. And yeah, because you've been listening for a long time through a lot of these awkward live streams. That's pretty beautiful. Thank you, Michael. Casey, we should do a collaboration. Email me. Show me what you're, or tell me what you're thinking about. Show me what you're working on. Um, yeah, with Rocio with Ilabamba. Yes. And one day, if things ever find a new normal, I hope to create music that is worthwhile and mm, important to people in a way that maybe I can play my songs there too. I felt weird saying that. I'm not gonna say it anymore. Anyways, okay. Um, thank you, Michael, for the tips. It's very generous, and thank you guys for just hanging out with me. It was really uh, this has been nice. Sabrina, are you okay with sharing the EP photo chick on our Instagram or social media stories as we share? Yeah, no, I'm totally okay with that. Um, draft line, your best line defense. Oh my gosh, I just realized when I'm reading, am I going cross-eyed? I'm gonna regret this when this gets posted later. Um, Norcio, I would love to. That feels very ambitious, so I know that saying is ambitious. I don't believe I'm entitled to that opportunity, but that would be really cool. And yeah, Sabrina, if you want, you can share it off of my page, but if you want just the image, you can just remind me on Instagram and I'll send it to you. That'd be amazing. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying, Michael. I keep hoping that more people discover my music if they need it, if they want it. And it just makes me really excited to know you all and know that it's found a point of connection with you guys. So I think I'm trying to find, I think when I say about it being tasteful or more like me, is the goal is not just to, like, I'm not trying to force feed anyone my music. As much as I do want more listeners and like anyone creating something, you hope it's valued and appreciated on the other end. I actually want it to be a value. I mean, like any of you make stuff, you're like Jazz with your poetry and Rocio with your music and Sarah with your writing, Sabrina with your music. Like there's no you hope that it means more to others and it gets its way out to people, but it's lost it's what it was about, and the the joy of it and the love of it is gone if you realize that it's not actually loved and cared for by other people, but if they are just being forced into liking, are they even, they're not liking it. Yeah, so gotta find something Isabeau-ish. Yeah, I'll put it for next live. There's someone who mentioned, this is like the ongoing list. See, Paul, Passenger. Paul, I'll do Passenger next time. I promise. I'll just get over my fear of messing up my own songs. So, whew, I might butcher that, Rocio. I'll try. How about this? I'll write it down. I'll try it. If I feel like I'm not going to completely shame myself, I'll do it. YouTube. And then Paul, for the Instagram live on Tuesday, I will do Passenger. I'm probably going to regret this because it's going to be horrible and you're going to laugh, but it's okay. I won't be able to hear you. Ooh, the becoming. I want to be present for the becoming. Yes. Okay. My computer battery's about to die. thank you for spending time with me. I hope it was worth your time. It was a lot more chatting than I anticipated. Um, so for more music, Tuesday and Thursday morning on Instagram, I'm doing mostly my originals that I haven't sung in a long time that I'm probably gonna mess up, but I'll throw some covers in there too. Thank you, Nick. Really, it's better than singing to my wall. Um, Monday night, I'm chatting with some former students about life in the midst of this quarantine, and feel free to ask them questions. Some of them are juniors in high school, and another one I'm speaking to, she used to be my student. She's a math teacher now. This is her third year, so she's like still kind of a rookie, but she knows her stuff, so she's good. And then yeah, next Saturday, patrons, you have the music video in your hands, and then on Sunday, the music's to you. And if you hate it, that's okay. You don't have to tell me, but you're allowed to have your feelings. But I hope you love it. Okay, I promise I'm gonna stop talking. Let me get to this button. Be well. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. I didn't end it.